Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Browns 0-16 rebuild. I can't believe we're entering the 10th season of the series right now. It's 2027. We got flying cars and everything after decades of predictions. And here we are with our Browns. This is the team we have entering year 10. Anton Greenberry has been here from the very beginning. We are not moving on from our franchise quarterback after another great season a year ago. We do have some things to take care of this year and decisions that need to be made today. First of all, top right-hand corner, funds are negative $17.1 million. I received a probation warning here saying that if my funds are negative when the season comes to an end, I will lose the Browns. So this year, I need to make some more money. So here's a newsletter to all season ticket holders. The price is going up. As a matter of fact, I've already raised prices in some ways. I'm not sure what I want to stay with for all these tickets. I might go to 50 here on upper level. Mezzanine, I'm still way from the top here. I think 110, 120, kind of reasonable. But I've been paying for this stadium every week of this series. It's $2 million here, $2 million there, and that adds up. Consider I've had that stadium now for probably, let's call it 8 seasons. Or no, 7 seasons. We'll call it 7. The NFL season is 17 weeks long. I'm not sure if we also pay the lease during preseason, but I know I've paid a lot of money toward this lease. And if I've paid for 17 weeks over 7 years, that's 119 weeks. So over $330 million. Now, it was a very expensive stadium, so I don't assume that I'm anywhere close to having that thing paid off. So I don't think I get to have that burden no longer be here. But we are going to raise some prices. Why is this locked? I don't know. But we are going to raise some prices this year. Not on everything, but on many things. I'm sure that Perry Cummings jersey is going to be a hot ticket item this year. I have made some interesting moves in this last offseason, and I wasn't surprised to see many of you excited about me ending up with an 87 overall running back who I drafted in like the 5th round. Now, the reason why he's an 87 overall running back is because he's actually a receiver that happens to fit much better at running back. Let me put him back to receiver so you can see his original ratings, which are still impressive for a receiver. He's very fast, and that obviously caught my attention. And I thought his top 3 was really good. It was all like catching traffic, catching, and spectacular catch, I think it was. So he's a 77 overall receiver, and that's excellent. But when I saw that he also had very good ball carrier vision and elusiveness, I knew that he'd fit well at running back. So 87 overall. And now, many of you think it's time to move on from Ace Harrison. He would be a free agent at the end of this season. So that does kind of make it seem like a good time to do it. As Perry Cummings is the higher rated player, we'll give him number 23 here. There you go. Power back, I can't agree with that. Speed back from Air Force. Running option, breaking records in that offense that no one wants to face in the Mountain West Conference. Anyway, I think that we do need to play Perry Cummings at running back. I think that I have to entertain trade offers now for Ace Harrison, so I'll add him to the trade block quick. I'm not sure if I'll trade him in this episode or when I would choose to do it. I'm a little hesitant because, like, trading a really good player is not normally my forte. Think of all the requests for Anton Greenberry trades that I have denied from the comment section. But I think that I might have to make a move at some point, and if we could get a player, that'd be excellent. But one more thing I wanted to do here, I forgot to last episode. I wanted to move Jordan Stewart to defensive tackle, and I'm not sure what his overall would be. I haven't actually checked yet, but I had a feeling it could be pretty good with high strength, power moves, and that speed. Maybe not in the 80s, but I think high 70s is very likely when I move him there. He has slow development, but already has a couple strengths that make me not so worried about the situation. So let's move him to defensive tackle. And he becomes an 81 overall, so even better than I expected. And that, I wanted to draft a defensive tackle. I drafted one, an 81 overall defensive tackle. So sometimes these players are not in their proper positions. I'm also going to move Charles McCarron to right guard because we have too many centers. I wanted to draft a guard, but the center prospects I thought were a little bit better in this last draft class. So I think we have some decent depth here along the offensive line. And then I have to start thinking about where holes could be on the roster for next season. I still need to figure out this linebacker situation. Obviously, Lawrence Glears is an amazing player. And there's Terrell Butler, who should be a really good run stopper. I definitely want him to take over in one of the primary linebacker roles. Not sure if left or right ends up being the one that plays more. I think it could be right. Maybe it's left, though. I forget. I'll leave him there at left, but then I have Gregory Anthony, who fits more as a defensive end, but I still would like an outside linebacker starter. I'm not sure if it's worth it to start him here if he's only a 75 overall, but he might still get some good production and therefore develop faster. So I'll leave him there for the first little bit of preseason. Then at cornerback, Morris Griffin, Marcus Peters, no Francis Goodwin for the first time in this series. Ross Fanene, Jamario Mullins. We have some really good developmental players now. Quick development here for Mullins and normal here, but still already awesome to start out with. I do want to add a tight end to this team because Trip Beckett's entering the last year of his deal, and he's going to get paid very well. We don't have any other good backups. With $3 million here for a free agent, what can I get in a trade instead? What about Dontarius Payne, who's 6'6", 274, and has very good speed for that size? Catching is a little bit low, but no one here is going to be perfect. And if I want someone who maybe could be a future starter after Trip Beckett, I think I have to target someone of his caliber. I'm just curious, what does a 5th round pick get me here? Oh, it gets me the player. Dontarius Payne for a 5th round pick. Let's go. And that's a lot cheaper, I bet, than $3 million. He does have a couple years of experience, but still 2 years left on his rookie contract. Just 8 career catches. And yeah, we're only going to have to pay him $650,000. So I'm trying to find any way I can to save some money, and I guess that's a pretty good way of doing it. I have Riley Knott here, a backup center, making a couple $1 million a season. I think I'd like to trade him. We have some younger depth, and if I can save a little money and maybe get that 5th round pick back, yeah, I'd be pretty happy. I'm not sure what I want to do here at defensive tackle right now because I have players I really like. Jaron Tanico here has quick development, but that strength is concerning. Block, shed, and power, though, are excellent. So what are the intangibles? 57 awareness, 60 play rec? I feel like there's a better chance of me making him an impact player. I like Jordan Stewart, who I had just drafted, but slow development is kind of going to make that an issue. What's Arion Wimper's situation? He might be tradable here, maybe next season. I could probably trade him. Right now he's our best defensive tackle, but I bet I could move him in a year. Every year I try finding that developmental quarterback prospect, and that's not stopping now. I'm going to sign Glenn Cummings. He doesn't have the best short accuracy, but I'm trying to change the way that I think about certain positions and players. And I don't just want to be concerned with the floor. I want a ceiling there as well. And with a player like him, you get some better arm strength and had better medium and deep accuracy than some of these quarterbacks. So I'm going to go with him to develop. I'll sign a well-rounded receiver here. It's a little more money than I would like to spend, but I'll sign Parker Meyer to a deal. Here are the focus players I want to have to begin this season. Perry Cummings, the running back that could be a superstar from the beginning. We have Jamario Mullins, who isn't going to play right away, and that's why I want to develop him. And then Jaron Tanico, who I don't want to have his talent go to waste. Alright, so as always, let's go through some preseason games and evaluate the team and the revenue. Alright, not many points here, but we do win 17-9. We don't get very much from the passing game at all. Preston Tant, 57% completion. And then on the ground, Ace Harrison gets 68 yards. Cummings had 24. I had him in the starting role, so he didn't play much in this week 1 game. And then not going to see much there for receiving. How about defense here? Jordan Stewart, 7 tackles at defensive tackle. And then we get, wow, actually a lot of sacks for us, 4. So we were +6 or something here in terms of revenue. I'm gonna write these numbers down. This seems a little bit lower than I thought we were going to see. So we didn't sell a lot of mezzanine tickets or upper level tickets. The fan feedback here says bad value. Let me drop that to 45, and I'll drop this one to 100, which still should be higher than what I had it set to a year ago, I think. I can't remember my old price, but these are considered to be decent value at least. These are all decent, and I increased many of them. I think I'll increase these all up to 120. And then memorabilia, why don't we go 325 on that, 30 on this. And we have trade offers, as I expected, for Ace Harrison. What are we gonna see here? Wow, okay, Steelers, I'm not trading you our top running back here. No, not gonna happen. And sadly, it's mostly picks, which I wanted to see players get offered up here. There are the points, 52-28. Let's go, Cleveland. Anton Greenberry, only one passing touchdown. I did not expect only one. On the ground, Ace Harrison has 96 yards and 35 go to the rookie, Perry Cummings. So Harrison has a better performance here. And Anton Gerard finds the end zone twice. Nice day here for Perry Tubbs. 3 touchdowns on 17 yards. That's all it took. How about the defense? They had 4 sacks back in the first game. This time, 2. I'll take it. Interception goes to Ross Fanene, the rookie. So here's what a week of not playing at home looks like. We only make $3 million in income. And it wouldn't be so bad if we didn't have this stadium lease, but that's a drain even in the preseason. So I guess that's another 28 weeks, 30 weeks or whatever that we've paid for this. We're probably close to $400 million in terms of that lease. And another victory with even more yardage but far less points. 2 touchdowns go to the superstar Anton Greenberry. And then on the ground, Harrison for 62, Cummings for 58, a lot more even this time around. And we get a touchdown to Julian Wall, that's awesome to see. And defensively, where I want to see us take some strides, hopefully, we end up getting 4 sacks again. So I think our pass rush is starting to maybe get where I've been wanting to get it for 10 years. Here are the revenues this time around. Concessions, we actually made about half. Wow, how'd that get cut in half for some reason? Merchandise went down, tickets went down, it all went down. Maybe it's because it's the preseason and you're just not going to make as much money, but why did concessions get cut in half from our last home game? I did raise some prices on the more expensive stuff. Did that really drop things significantly? I think I raised all of these by $1. Not every concession, the most expensive ones, but for some reason we made a lot less money this week, even though I dropped prices here in mezzanine and upper level. We make a lot of money off the suites. I never realized just how much. I'm gonna raise the prices there. We're gonna go $550 on the suites. The trade offers, by the way, haven't changed, and they're actually pretty underwhelming. A future second round pick, not even this coming draft? Like, his value is a lot less than I had expected. Hey look, we beat the Colts this time in a game that doesn't matter. 2 touchdowns here for Nash Helfett. Patrick Nichols gets 1, Greenberry does get intercepted. And on the ground, Ace Harrison, 4.6 a carry, but 5.6 for Perry Cummings. We have 2 great running backs. Lackluster trade offers for Ace, so I'm not sure what direction to go in, at least for this episode. I think I'll be keeping both running backs for this episode, and we'll just kind of see how things go to start the season. We did suffer an injury here in the preseason finale to Jordan Stewart, and that's a position I think we have pretty good depth at, so he's going to miss the first 4 weeks of the regular season. Let's check on the preseason stats then after going 4-0 during these exhibition games. Anton Greenberry, efficient, not the most touchdowns and 2 interceptions, but nothing worrisome there. Then on the ground, good numbers for both Harrison and Cummings, over 4 yards a carry, and they found the end zone. So I guess we have a very interesting running back situation. It's a good problem to have. I just want to have the best net result at the end of this. How about sacks? 3 go to Dante Morse, and then interceptions, 2 for Alexander Torres, who also led the team in tackles. He has 5K XP. Let's spend it. We'll focus on those intangibles here. That's awesome to see a young player like this have a great preseason. And we can boost him up to a 73. Here are the final cuts that I have made. I moved a lot of players to practice squads, so we released Darian Huber, Francis Streeter, and Russell Dean, who are just backups that had no clear role on the team. I signed all of these players, including Evan Harris, the kicker I hope can develop into a really good kicker. And now we are on to the regular season, and we open against the Baltimore Ravens. I don't think I'm getting into a game today. I want to sim the first handful of weeks and just see kind of how the season unfolds. I'm not looking to get into a game right now. And still, no great offers here for Ace Harrison. Some have changed, but they're just not very enticing. Alright, I think everything is taken care of. Let's begin the 10th season of the Cleveland Browns 0-16 rebuild. Oh, and with the points here from Matt Hedrick, our head coach, we're going to keep purchasing these player progression packages. How about running back? I'm working on developing a new running back this season. And I have enough for kicker or tight end. Player retention is also something I could try to get. We win in dominant fashion on week 1, 35-10. Good work here against the Baltimore Ravens. Brock Wall hasn't had a good game against us, it seems, in a while. Anton Greenberry doesn't work too hard in this game. He saves the arm for a bigger matchup. 2 touchdowns, 227 yards. And then Perry Cummings gets 83 yards. Ace Harrison gets 72 and 2 touchdowns. So right now we have a 2-headed rushing attack. Maybe we stick with that for this season, because if I have Harrison as the 3rd down back, they're both going to get a lot of work, and maybe that becomes a major strength of this team that carries us this year. No sacks, no takeaways? That's boring. 49-31, that's right. We need to have a high-scoring offense this year, and Greenberry and Wilson put on a show with 8 combined touchdown passes. On the ground, Perry Cummings, 7.3 a carry, and a 69-yard run is in there. We have Ace Harrison get 52. I kind of like the idea of keeping both now and having a 2-headed rushing attack, or maybe it's 3 with Anton Gerard. We're running the football a ton this year. And then receiving, Sammy Watkins, nice game for him. 6.6 a catch though, I guess nothing but screens. We get a touchdown in the air for Underwood, Javonte Mann, Perry Cummings as well. Oh, he's up here, 5 for 50. All right, defense, you're not doing a whole lot right here. No sacks again. We do get a takeaway, but come on, pass rush. No sacks in 2 games. So revenue now. We are at 1.11 for concessions. I wonder if I just wrote that down incorrectly from before. Did we really cut it in half? Merchandise is below what it was in the first preseason game, but tickets are now up $500,000 since then. So I'm doing something right there, although it's not really moving the needle significantly. So after upping the suite prices, we're still selling a vast majority of them. Clubs are selling a lot. Mezzanine and upper level could get, some more fans there. I'm not sure if I should lower these one more time and just see what I can get, but we have 3 straight home games here, so what I'm going to do is write down these numbers and evaluate them week to week. Do you like sub 6 foot speedy receivers? Guess what? Great draft for you. Wow, I usually see a lot more like 6'6" receivers, or at least 6 foot, but this is a draft that might give you a player similar to Julian Wall. Oh yeah, they're pretty good too. Really good. I scouted 3. That's enough for now. There we go, a great first round lineman. I always appreciate that because they're hard to find in this game. That's an excellent guard prospect. How about any other first round offensive lineman? Good pass block, I like that. Cleveland keeps it rolling. They defeat the Arizona Cardinals by scoring 15 points in the fourth quarter. Anton Greenberry, 4 more touchdowns, and then you got to deal with these running backs. Cummings gets 72, Harrison gets 31 and a score, and then Javonte Mann, 84 yards. Nice game there for Julian Wall, getting 2 scores. Shadon Underwood, he's in a contract year. Some of these players this year are going to get paid big time. Oh my, that's a plus 9.3. We made $8.79 million off of tickets. That's like $1.5 million more than just the last week that we played. Concessions are also on the way back up. If that becomes more regular, I'm telling you, we can get some more players on this team. We sold out. We sold out everything. Every single ticket. Let's raise prices maybe a little bit more for the club to 200. Can mezzanine go back up in upper level now that people see this team is off to a great start? Our defense might have some issues, but this offense is carrying the team. We're 4-0. 45-42 is your final this time. Anton Greenberry, 4 more touchdowns. It's just regular for him at this point. We get a $120 from Cummings, 2 scores. Harrison supplies 41 yards as well. Look at that too. 7 broken tackles. He fumbled, but come on, he makes up for it with ease. Maybe he's catching the ball too. Julian Wall, huge day for him. Same thing for Juju Smith-Schuster. Perry Cummings, 66 receiving yards. All right, he looks to be the real deal. Are we getting sacks yet, by the way? What are we doing? Plus 9.8. Let's go. Ticket sales went up. Yes, we made more money because we still sold every ticket possible. We went from 8.79 to 9.3. And obviously now we're in the positives, but we just played 3 straight home games. So obviously it's going to go down when we get our road games back. Another victory here for the Browns. It's a 5-0 start. Anton Greenberry, only 3 touchdowns this game. But Perry Cummings, 73 yards. Harrison gets 44. In the air, Trip Beckett scores along with Underwood and Travonte Sanders. Tell me the defense sacked the quarterback. We did a couple times. But what happened? We had like 12 sacks as a team in the preseason. This is the last game we're going to sim today, and the Browns win it as well. Now 6-0, off to maybe the best start in rebuild history. We've done an incredible job this season. Greenberry with 4 more touchdowns. He's just incredible. Anton Greenberry leading the way, and then you have the running game, which is doing a fine job as well. That's normally not what we're best at, but this year the offense is as complete as it's ever been. We have 2 great running backs, 2 great receivers, a franchise quarterback. Even though the defense isn't doing much, we have more than enough offense to make up for it. And wow, Francis Goodwin, he intercepted Greenberry. Come on. That's how the series began, remember? I took Greenberry and Goodwin with 2 first-round picks very early, and it's come full circle now in that manner. So we have 5 straight road games. We're going to lose a lot of money in that stretch, and then we have a lot of home games in the last 5. So I'm hoping we end up positive. And the way it's playing out right now, we should get some home playoff games as long as things don't, go awry from here. But we're 6-0. Everyone else in our division is 3-3 or worse. We are already in the driver's seat to take this division, get a home playoff game, maybe 2. We'll see. Well, let's see the revenue from our latest home game now. 8.79, very good. Concessions, I might need to drop some of these prices here. What did I do last time that made it shift so much? I already dropped prices. Are they going to make me do this again? tickets did go down. We somehow made less revenue on suites even though I didn't change the price. So now the club is not selling out. Let's go back to 190 on the club seats then. Upper level, it did go down for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I think that I can leave things where they are right there, and I assume we'll be pretty good. Somehow we fell second in value after we were just first, but I'm not worried about that. We're 6-0. We have a matchup against the Steelers next. There are still some things I want to check out before I end the episode today. Probably a longer episode, I'm not sure. But here are the numbers through 6 games. Anton Greenberry, 21 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Is he seriously on a 50 touchdown pace? On the ground, Perry Cummings has 545 yards, seeing an average in Madden over 5 yards a carry. That's a big deal. So Ace Harrison is no longer our lead running back. He's still producing, but clearly this is becoming Perry Cummings' backfield. We are going to increase carrying while it's very cheap. We're also going to boost up anything else that's lacking here. Let's just go with awareness for now, and I'll focus on other ratings later. He's going to be a 90 overall very soon. Julian Wall, 400 yards. Underwood with 391. They're all doing well, including Javonte Mann, and Perry has more yardage here in the air. That's awesome. Defense. They're not really doing a whole lot this year. How many sacks in 6 games? Are you serious? That's all you're doing? Dante Morse. What happened, Rookie of the Year? What happened, man? Up that play recognition. Go recognize the quarterback and sack him again. Come on now. Interceptions, 2 for Glears, 2 for Griffin, 1 for Marcus Ballhawk Peters. We currently have the #1 offense. No surprise, the 13th ranked defense. They're just not getting many sacks, but they're doing well at holding teams to low yardage. Wow, this is incredible. I just want to see what upcoming contract demands could be. We could see some large numbers here. Shadon Underwood, $48 million. That's a pretty large number. Spencer Chase, Trip Beckett. Come on, Trip. You're not getting more than a receiver. No. Simon McLaughlin, Ace Harrison, Marcus Peters. His value is going to go up after this season, maybe. Javonte Mann, Travonte Sanders. Oh man, we gotta make some more money. Like, I don't know what happens this year, but regardless, like, if we ever win the Super Bowl in this series, I still want to go some years afterwards. I think at the very least, the absolute least in this series, we gotta see Anton Greenberry's career to the end. The day he retires might be the day this series ends, and we're not anywhere close to that. But hey, it's an episode that we should be very happy about. Went from maybe trading Ace Harrison to instead having this rushing attack that's helping out our great passing game, and we're 6-0. So that's going to end this episode. Please leave your feedback down below in the comment section. What did you think of this episode? Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel as we continue the pursuit towards 100,000 subscribers here on Mr. Hurricane LP. I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great day, everybody.